Good evening, SICW wrestling fans, and welcome to this week's edition of SICW All-Star Wrestling. Tonight, we're going to take you on a trip back a few weeks when SICW was at the Missouri Athletic Club. We're going to take a few minutes and look at some of the great matches from the great atmosphere at the Missouri Athletic Club in St. Louis, Missouri. Let's take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, the opening contest is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan. Weighing in tonight at 364 pounds, Ladies and gentlemen, this matchup is a tag team match, set for one fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 521 pounds. First, from Texas, this is Waco. His tag team partner from St. Louis, Missouri, and their opponents, at a combined weight of 464 pounds, from St. Louis, Missouri, brand new gorilla, Joe Finetti, the Top Guns. Your referee is Mr. Bill Henson.
The vendors are lining up for FanFest 2 on Saturday, May 18th at the Aviator Hotel and Casino in St. Louis, Missouri. We're happy to welcome the Nebraska Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame as one of our newest sponsors. Wrestling fans, for all your used car needs, visit Auto Plaza St. Peter's and speak with Christina Price. The used car industry has a great asset in Christina. Visit autoplazastpeters.com for additional information. Wrestling fans, one of SICW's newest sponsors for FanFest 2 is KC Insurance. For all your insurance needs, look to KC Insurance. Wrestling fans, you just witnessed some of the great action from the Missouri Athletic Club. We'll have much more of that in the weeks to come, but now let's take a look at some classics from the days at Wrestling at the Chase.
The main event, a one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing from Kenosha, Wisconsin, weighing 234 pounds, Ben DeLeon. From Omaha, Nebraska, weighing 245 pounds, the Missouri State Champion, Ted DiBiase.
Ben DeLeon takes on Missouri State Champion Ted DiBiase. The man who relieved Ken Batera of the state crown and is in possession of the Missouri Laurels for the second time in his young, short, and brilliant career. DiBiase forced to the ropes by Ben DeLeon. A clean break from DeLeon. DiBiase finds DeLeon behind him. Ted switches nicely. Sit out by DeLeon. DiBiase riding. DeLeon, good move, gets the arm. Arm drag by Ben DeLeon. Head scissors by Ted DiBiase, and DeLeon manages to slip away. Fast movement by both Ben DeLeon and Ted DiBiase. And how about that Big John Stud? He promises that he will lift Andre the Giant during that Wrestle Royal. Well now, that is something to wait and see. That would be quite a spectacle. I can't recall anyone having lifted Andre the Giant off his feet to slam him. Now, he's been eliminated a few times in Wrestle Royals when 4 or 5 guys ganged up on him, a couple guys on each leg, and they managed to lift him over and dump him over the top rope. But Big John Stud, I don't think he's looking for help. He intends to do it himself. And he's as much as written off Kevin Von Erich. He intends to beat up Kevin Von Erich as an insult to Kevin's father, Fritz. Big man, big words. We'll see if he can back him up. It's Ted DiBiase against Ben DeLeon. Remember, in that Wrestle Royal, all 16 wrestlers go into the ring at one time. Each man is on his own. A wrestler is eliminated by being thrown over the top rope. The lone survivor in the ring is the winner and collects a lucrative prize made up of entry fees matched by amounts from the St. Louis Wrestling Club. Missouri State Champion Ted DiBiase eyes Ben DeLeon, whose quickness seems to have surprised Ted just a little bit. But he's a thinking wrestler, an intelligent wrestler. He knows how to adjust. He knows so many different things, so many different maneuvers, offensive and defensive, that he can use. He adjusts in that ring beautifully. The wrestler's wrestler, Ted DiBiase. Good move. Side headlock, and DeLeon is trapped to the mat by Ted DiBiase. So smooth. You can't help but admire this guy's wrestling ability, Ted DiBiase. You can't help but like him personally. Fine young man, fine personality, well liked by everyone in all aspects of wrestling. Of course, wrestling has been his life, you know. His father, Iron Mike DiBiase, was a former national AAU champion. He also won the World Junior Heavyweight title as a professional, and he died in the ring, Mike DiBiase did. And I guess that's something that's etched in the memory of Ted DiBiase, something obviously he can never forget. Wrestling is born into this man, Ted DiBiase. Hip toss by DiBiase. DeLeon tried to flip DiBiase. Ted blocked it nicely, countered with a hip toss of his own. DeLeon is the one who's a bit baffled right now that a man as big as DiBiase, about 6'4", 6'5", 245 pounds, can move so quickly. Side headlock by DiBiase. Talk about people wanting a crack at the World Heavyweight Championship, belonging now to Harley Race. Big John Stud certainly made his point that he intends to get to Race. Well, certainly Ted DiBiase is in the hunt for that. And according to promoter Sam Muchnick, DiBiase might be right at the head of the pack right now. Of course, things change, and I'm sure Sam Muchnick has an open mind. You never know what other star might come up with some spectacular victory that could change the situation. But right now, I think you'd have to agree that Ted DiBiase is probably the leading contender for a crack at the World Heavyweight title at this time. Things change, though. Matches every night all over the country. You never know what can happen. Maybe Harley Race won't even be the world champion in another week or two. Anything can happen. DeLeon leans into DiBiase, tosses him across the ring. Flying tackle levels DeLeon. Oh, beautiful move by DiBiase. He almost got the pin with the small package. DeLeon was going to try to flip DiBiase. Did you see Ted just stop cold, bang, just like that, and roll DeLeon into the front rolling cradle? He nearly got a pin. High fireman's carry by Ben DeLeon. Good move. Head scissors by DiBiase. He has the answer for almost everything in that ring. I'm going to ask people like King Kong Brody and Ox Baker and Ken Patera. They're all among the victims of Ted DiBiase. Good-looking young man who can back it up. When the going gets tough, believe me, he can get going. Want to wrestle? Want to trade holds? Want to trade leverages, balances, takedowns, escapes? He can do that. You want to get into a Donnybrook? You want to trade punches and kicks? He can do that too. And DeLeon is issuing the invitation right now.
5 minutes have expired, 5 minutes left.
Ben DeLeon pounds on DiBiase in the corner. Great opportunity here for DeLeon to knock off the Missouri champion. DiBiase reverses the whip. Hard slash to the throat. Forearm smash to the cheekbone. DeLeon whip to the ropes. Elbow smash to the chin. Flying elbow drop by DiBiase. Count of one, count of two. DeLeon manages to get that shoulder up, but DiBiase is right on top of him. He lifts DeLeon. Falling body slam by Ted DiBiase. Spinning toe hold into the figure four leg lock. The figure four leg lock by Missouri State champion Ted DiBiase. DeLeon trapped in the center of the ring, and Ben DeLeon submits. Ben DeLeon gives his concession, and Ted DiBiase, the Missouri State champion, is victorious. That brings this capacity crowd to their feet, clapping and yelling in praise of Ted DiBiase. Let's hear from Mickey.
In 5 minutes and 46 seconds, with the spinning with figure four, the winner, Missouri State champion Ted DiBiase. The fourth match, most falls to curfew. Introducing from Denton, Texas, weighing 236 pounds, David Von Erich. And from Madison, Wisconsin, weighing 234 pounds, Bobby Van.
It's most falls to curfew as Bobby Van opposes David Von Erich. David Von Erich, perhaps a future tag team partner for Gene Kiniski. That's something you have to mull over a little bit. Give that some thought. Bobby Van forces David Von Erich to the ropes. Clean break by Van. Partially because Chuck Riley was yelling in Van's ear. Partially because David Von Erich had a fist poised. David with a wrist lock on Van. Van pulls the hair of David Von Erich, and that upsets David. Maybe the key part of that whole session with Gene Kiniski, and I do say session because it was certainly all Gene Kiniski. He'll get off when he's good and ready, as he pointed out to us, and I hope Jim Winkle, our director, was listening. However, the thing that Kiniski said, he says, as long as they listen to me and follow my instructions to a T, I think the Von Erichs are pretty much able to adapt on their own. They certainly had good training from their father, Fritz. But we shall see. It would certainly be a devastating combination with the rough tactics, the experience, the speed, and the good wrestling of Gene Kiniski pairing with the dynamic youth and explosiveness of David and Kevin Von Erich. That could be an unbeatable combination, I'll guarantee you that. We shall see. David trying to bridge and lift his leg out of trouble. Gets a foot underneath the chin of Van, and Van is kicked away by David Von Erich. Van obviously trying to slow down Von Erich by working on David's legs. Again, Van goes for the leg of David Von Erich. Promoter Sam Muchnick has his work cut out for him, doesn't he? Possibly trying to line up the tag team combination, the Von Erich boys with Kiniski, trying to pin down Dick Murdoch so that Murdoch hopefully will risk the Missouri State title against Dory Funk Jr. He's already come up with one headline announcement, certainly Andre the Giant against King Kong Brody, plus a big 16-man Wrestle Royal. Of course, Andre has won the last 2 Wrestle Royals in St. Louis as you watch David Von Erich take the leverage and the hold away from Bobby Van. David Von Erich with a body drop into the knee. David yanks that leg over. The crowd urges on David Von Erich, who then ties up the toe. A toe hold leg lock combination by David Von Erich. The match between Brody and Andre is obviously very critical, especially for Brody, who wants a crack at the World Heavyweight Championship. And he'd take a shot at the Missouri State title, too. He's no big admirer of Dick Murdoch, believe me. But more importantly, Brody has a key spot maybe in determining what could happen in that Wrestle Royal. Because obviously, in the Wrestle Royal, Andre's the man to beat. Anybody who weighs 475 pounds is the man to beat. You got to get him out if you're going to win. David Von Erich getting on top of Bobby Van. His temper getting a bit frayed, but David restrains himself and doesn't throw a punch at Bobby Van, who is obviously getting underneath the skin of David Von Erich. On that Wrestle Royal, if Brody can maybe do enough damage to Andre the Giant during their match, it might be a lot easier for someone or some combination of people, which is probably what it would take, to pitch Andre over the top rope during the Royal. So Brody can do himself a lot of good against Andre one-on-one, but also maybe softening Andre up for the Wrestle Royal later that evening.
Yeah, Brody's going to have to go out and campaign and get a couple of boys to help him out.
Brody doesn't think so.
Royal.
Not Brody doesn't think so. King Kong wants to do it himself. I'll tell you one thing for Andre the Giant. He better be ready for anything.
Well, that's what's interesting about a Wrestle Royal. You know, you get all those fellas in there, and if Mr. Brody decides to take Andre might have a couple of his boys on his side helping him out. So it's really interesting to watch that.
Partnerships tend to change in a Wrestle Royal. Each man's on his own, and the wrestler's eliminated by being thrown over the top rope. Sole survivor in the ring. The winner as Bobby Van goes for a trip and catches a drop kick from David Von Erich. Count of 1 at 2. Van throws off Von Erich. David twists the arm of Bobby Van. That ring's going to be mighty small. Andre takes up plenty of room himself. We'll have to see who else is involved in that 16-man Wrestle Royal. You can be assured it's going to be an all-star lineup. Just look at the people already in the card with Andre, Brody, Dory Funk Jr., hopefully Dick Murdoch. Typical. Normal for St. Louis. Look at today's program. Kevin Von Erich, King Kong Brody, Gene Kaniski, David Von Erich now against Bobby Van. And Roger Kirby picked up a feather in his cap as he held Kevin Von Erich to a stalemate today. Although Kirby was caught in the stomach claw when the bell rang, he got a draw. That's how it goes down in the record books. Van moves behind David Von Erich. David counters and comes up with an arm bar on Bobby Van. You know, you should definitely come down and join us in person for Wrestling at the Chase. Be part of the excitement like we've had today. To get tickets, just send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Wrestling Tickets, KPLR TV, St. Louis, Missouri, 63108. That address again is Wrestling Tickets, KPLR TV, St. Louis, 63108.
5 minutes left. 5 minutes.
Remember, the self-addressed stamped envelope must be enclosed with sufficient postage, or you will receive no tickets as Bobby Van batters David Von Erich in the corner and then whips David across the ring into the buckles. Van strangling David Von Erich. Chuck Riley angrily balls out Bobby Van, and then David Von Erich kicks Van and knocks him across the ring. David Von Erich after Bobby Van, and David plants a foot against the throat of Van. At the count of 4, David breaks it up. He was in one count of being disqualified and losing the first fall. That would have made Gene Kaniski happy. Using the rule book, not abusing it, using it, breaking just in time. David Von Erich whips Van across the ring and into the buckles, and almost over the top rope. We should mention on the attendance for Wrestling at the Chase, due to limited space here in the studio, attendance for the TV matches only is restricted to those 16 years of age or older. Of course, no age requirements for Wrestling at Kiel Auditorium. Also, seating for Wrestling at the Chase is first come, first served until capacity is reached. Send for those tickets now. Be part of all this excitement here in the KPLR TV studio. Be patient, too, because there are a lot of requests and those requests will be filled as soon as possible, but it's going to take a little time, so be patient. Bobby Van again strangling David Von Erich. David throws a punch at Van. Van wades in with a blow to the stomach, and now David grabs Van right by the throat. Van's eyes bugged out when David Von Erich grabbed him by the windpipe. Knee lift by David Von Erich spins Van to the mat. Knee drop to the chest by David. David mounts the ropes. Knee drop again off the second rope by David Von Erich. Van scores with a blow to the stomach. Elbow to the neck by Bobby Van. Van's giving David quite a battle. He slams David's head into the top turnbuckle. Von Erich again tossed to the corner. He managed to avoid the buckles though. Van again whips. Oh, and David reversed it. David reverses it. Throws Van into the corner, then pounds away on Van. Goes for the claw. Van blocked it. Van blocked the attempt at the iron claw by David Von Erich, but he didn't get away from that one. David with the iron claw on Bobby Van. David grinding away with the claw. Van close to the ropes. He may not realize how close he is, though.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Van manages to get his leg underneath the ropes, and that will force David Von Erich to break the iron claw. Or will it? David drags Van to the center of the ring with the claw. He's still going to have to break the claw, though. Van bound to be groggy now after the iron claw by David Von Erich, and the crowd wants to see the claw again. Drop kick by David. Van coming up very slowly. David with another drop kick. Van dazed. Von Erich with that jackknife rolls Van into the cradle. Can he keep the arms away from the ropes? He's got the wrists. And Von Erich gets the pin with a jackknife and cradle. That's the first fall. We'll have to take a look at the clock and see if it's enough to end the match. Is there still time remaining? There will be some time for another fall, but Bobby Van has it against him. He's down 1 fall to none. Here's Mick.
With time running out, the winner of the only fall and the match, David Von Erich.
In the excitement of the moment, Mickey inadvertently said that David Von Erich was the winner of the fall of the match with time running out, but it's not exactly the case because there's about a minute remaining, and Bobby Van can still even this match at a fall apiece, but he's going to have to turn on the offense and turn it on quickly because David Von Erich has 1 fall, roughly a minute remaining. David goes for the leg and drops Bobby Van. David with a body drop into the leg. Well, the best defense is a good offense. That's obviously the thought of David Von Erich as he quickly gets Van on the mat and clamps on a step-over toe hold. Count of 1 on the shoulders of Bobby Van as David tries to protect his lead of 1 fall. Van trying to spread the legs of David Von Erich and throw him off balance a little bit. Look where his foot is against David's foot. But David's legs were so long, Van couldn't do it. Helps to be 6'7", I'll guarantee you that. David really letting into that toe hold now. Van crying out as David pours on the pressure. Van manages to kick David away. But David quickly on the attack again, drives the knee to the stomach of Bobby Van. Van fights back, and David stands up to the task. He'll take that challenge. That should make Gene Kaniski happy too. No wonder Kaniski wants to team with the Von Erich boys. There's the iron claw! The iron claw by David Von Erich. He had it just for a second. Van's head managed to slip away. And David Von Erich puts on the claw again, but the match is officially over. And this time, the only fall within the curfew belongs to David Von Erich. David Von Erich has the win over Bobby Van. Let's hear from Mickey.
The winner of the match, David Von Erich.
David Von Erich has a victory in his pocket, taking the only fall within the curfew from Bobby Van. Be sure to join us again next weekend for more Wrestling at the Chase, late Saturday, Sunday morning, 11 a.m.
Wrestling fans, there you have it. Another great night of SICW All-Star Wrestling. We thank you for joining us this and every Sunday night at 8 p.m. so we can bring you the latest in SICW action. We'll see you next Sunday.